Hey, my name is Obi, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of The Cut. We're a mobile app modernizing the barbershop experience. Under 2 years, we've grown to over 100,000 users, and over 9,000 barbers are using our app to grow their business every day. As long as we still have hair on our head, the art of barbering isn't going anywhere. At The Cut, we're modernizing the men's style and grooming experience, making it easier to look and feel confident. We hope you guys share our vision today and help us cut the next generation.
No problem. I shall transform your hair, create a masterpiece. I am an artiste with a pair of scissors.
My new cuts got him talking at the barbershop. Fresh from the barbershop, fly from the beauty salon. My new cuts got him talking at the barbershop. I got a show where you can listen and view. My new cuts got him talking at the barbershop. Bringing barbers and stylists together with the ScissorSalute. My new cuts got him talking at the barbershop. One cut, two cut, three cut, four. Nails done, hair done, everything did. Nails done, hair done, everything did. Oh, you fancy. Spending hours in salons on your hairstyle.
For the Lord protects his barbers and he makes the stubble grow.
ScissorSalute! Salute! Sound effects right there because it looked like some shit. Welcome to the ScissorSalute Show. I'm your host, Eli the Barber, co-host for the evening, Tom Cole, and we got Dante, owner and founder of the BBA.
ScissorSalute to everyone out there.
The show was co-produced by the co-owner of the ScissorSalute, Eureka Queen, produced by the owner, Sefro, and we're broadcasting live out of Massapequa, New York, via StrongIsland.tv, Paradise Studios, and LA is on the board. There goes StrongIsland.tv right there.
Nice.
Let's go over the meaning of the ScissorSalute, which is a gesture, compliment, greeting, lifestyle, and brand dedicated to bringing barbers, hairstylists, and makeup artists together worldwide. And we use the ScissorSalute Show as an outlet to actually make that happen every Monday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We give the opportunity for the visual artists to come down here and display their skills live on the ScissorSalute stage while conducting interviews with them so you can find out how they got started, where they currently are, where they plan to be going on their journey. Now this is the age of the independent educator, and we all getting the profession back from these big name companies. And if you feel like, you know what, I can do that. You know, a lot of people are watching and, you know, they're going to these events and, or either I can do that or I would like to do that. If you feel like, you know, you'd like to get your feet wet, you can email us at ScissorSalute@yahoo.com. Leave all your contact information and we'll get back to you in the order that the emails are received. Now, if you're in the shop or the salon and you have some downtime, please make sure you take a ScissorSalute selfie, hashtag ScissorSalute selfie, and at New York Queen, NEWYORICAN _QUEEN. Now, the opener that you've seen was provided by our sponsor for the month. And let me get the right wording for this. And remember, I do remind you, it is a live show, so don't be looking at me like, Eli, what you doing? This guy always on his phone. That's my, if the barbers in the shop is watching.
We're all on our phone.
I can't find the WhatsApp. And we're looking for the what's. So if you're going to have to text me that, I think you got
There it is, to the left.
Oh, there we go. Okay, the Cut app is a mobile platform re-imaging the barbershop experience. Their easy-to-use app connects talented barbers with clients who need them. They handle scheduling, payments, and branding too. More than 10,000 barbers around the country trust them to manage and grow their business. So download the free app today. That is the Cut app.
Nice.
So make sure you check it out. If you're looking for some sort of online booking, some like to scheduling, online scheduling that can maybe bring some traffic to you, and it's easy to schedule them appointments. So now, let's get into last week's recap. Owner of Paramount Styles, located in Dix Hills, New York, we had Lou. His IG handle is Lou the Fagician. And his model, we got a ScissorSalute, his model right there. He's actually a real model at that as well. I'll tell you this much: he needs a microphone in his hand. He needs a program because he was He was well in tune with it. We'd like to salute Lou Fagician
Lou.
and congratulate him. You know, he is an experienced barber, but he does have a new venture, having his own establishment. I know that he just got a brand new barber, and we'd like to salute his sister as well, which is the co-host of the ScissorSalute show, who's not here, Blazing Blush, right? So, Yvette. And we definitely like to salute Lou again for coming down here. He's been in the studio before, just behind the scenes, just a great supporter of the ScissorSalute, and, you know, perfect example of what the profession should be. Someone that seen a vision, had a vision, went out and got it. The call-ins last week, we had Kate Cutts, located in Bonita Springs, Florida. Now, Kate Owens is going through redoing her establishment. And she shared with us that for the first time, instead of doing commission, she's given options for the different people that she at her job. She's going to have different options. You can rent, you can do salary, or commission. And it, you know, it takes some use to. You got to get used to it. At our stage in our profession, like our stage in our lives, it's hard to make that change because we have families and we have a family to take care of. So change is always difficult. And we like to salute everybody who's taking that leap of faith, just going in it, just going head first. And also like to salute Kate Owens, who caught an award. Only 12 people across the globe get it from Paul Mitchell. She was one of them to receive. She just found out like an hour before she called in. So that was great. Caller, if you're calling in, just give us a bit. It was like 15 minutes to call in. And owner of Fast Feed located in Claremore, California, we had Yudi call in. Now, Yudi called in and he shared with us his experience working at a construction site. He had an accident in 19. He decided that he had to do barbering. And he shared this with us, so I can speak freely about this. He actually robbed the bank, which wasn't a good idea. But he robbed the bank. And in California, when you become a barber, you gotta take a fingerprint.
Right.
So when he took the fingerprint, red light came up, got arrested, had a court date. The judge, seeing that he didn't get in trouble since the bank robbery, and seeing that he had such an impact to his community, they let him go.
That's awesome, man.
Salute to that. I mean, I
guy?
wouldn't suggest robbing a bank, but that's his story. He manned up and he shared it with us. And here's how the barbershop gods work. Kate Owens called in and gave us, you know, how she was redoing her business and how she gives options, brand new options to the people who work for her. Udi, he gives an option where if you give him the credit score when he hires you, what he feels like he has to do is to get your credit up. In other words,
awesome.
he just working for him is not only are you working for him, it's also about growth.
Right.
So along the way, he wants you to be able to buy a house on your own, get a car on your own. A lot of people in our profession are not really ready for. Yeah, they're not really ready for that because we get cash in our hands, and it's great to have Dante up in here who's from the BBA and is working towards helping the profession get organized, prepare for the future, and a better you. You know, help him help you, basically.
That's right.
Get some structure because BBA is pretty much, I'm going to say this until forever. It allows you to have security with your dreams as a hairstylist or a barber. Because when you pick up at Clippers and you tell somebody you want to be a barber or a hairstylist, how many times people don't say, put it down, go get a real job or something like that, not knowing that this is a real job.
For darn sure.
Yes, it definitely is. And we always say it here on the ScissorSalute show that, you know, as far as like the barbering, I can speak for barbering. There's barbers and then there's people who just cut hair.
Right.
You know, barbers, it's a career. People who just cut hair, they just cut hair.
Right.
And this week, in studio demo, national educator for Aloxi Hair Care, we got Tommy Cole. You're going to be doing some work for us on the stage.
Yeah, I'm going to show you guys a little retro shag haircut, like a Joan Jett rock star haircut today. using a scissor and a razor. It'd be a lot of fun.
Bring it back to the 80s, huh?
Yeah, man.
Okay, so while you're sitting here, we might as well get into a little bit of an interview with you. 23 years of experience.
23 years.
How did the calling come to get into hair?
You know, my family. My father's a barber from Italy.
So that shear work and razor work is serious.
Yeah, man. So it's been in the house. My brother is a barber also down in Charlotte, North Carolina. And my sister's also a hairdresser.
So you guys could have like a little hair battle in
Yeah.
between. It's like Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving comes in, got
Oh, yeah.
a whole bunch of dummies lined up.
That's it, man.
I could outcut you.
Yeah. And that was, scissors in the house since I was a kid,
Yeah, so last year, you owned Thomas Cole Salon.
Yes.
And last year you sold it.
Yes.
How did it feel getting rid of basically your baby? Although you still work there, you still manage it. How did it feel getting rid of your baby?
Well, we have to give kudos to the people that own salons because it's a lot of work.
Yes.
It's a lot of work, and I learned the hard way, and it was a great experience, but it was time. I had the opportunity to be able to sell it and talk to my superior, the accountant, and he said, this would be a good time to do it. So it happened, and I manage the salon now, and what was going on with me is that I was already, as a personal thing, I wanted to start working with a company like Aloxi to be able to educate and pay it forward to other stylists around the country.
Now, for the people that are watching right now,
Yeah.
can you give us like a little example of what you did to get in contact with Aloxi to make that happen?
Yeah, well, if you want to be an educator, what's great about it is that the first thing you have to do is want it. Second thing you have to do is find a company that you want to work with. I decided it was just a calling for me because I was going through transition of a color company. So what happened was it fell into the color fell into my lap, literally. Somebody said, try this color. And it was a little sample box. I took it to the salon. A couple of weeks later, that representative came back. A representative came back and said, what did you think about the color? I said, I really like it. And she said, 80%, 80, 90%? How far in are you? I said, well, I'd like to get my hands in with the people that created,
I like to lock it in with Aloxi.
Yeah, I
want
want to
a lot of
lock it in,
locking.
but I want to be in, like learning it, getting my hands wet. And she got on the phone and she's like, can you be out in California Saturday? And I was like,
Bruh.
yes. So I went out there not really knowing much about it. And then long story short, they knew from day one that I said, if this works out, I'm very dedicated. And it has.
And speaking of California, since you've been a national educator for Aloxi,
Yes.
you've been New York, LA, Dallas, Cleveland, Minneapolis, Florida, Chicago.
Yeah.
And, can you give us a little bit of where you're going to be in 2018? Maybe have the time to talk about some classes?
Yeah, well, I specialize in hair color and cutting, but Aloxi we needed to fill that niche in the barbering segment of things. And across the nation, I can't tell you how many hairstylists and cosmetologists want to learn more barbering techniques.
They didn't want that money to leave the chair.
Yeah,
You didn't want
yeah, exactly. So it's a very easy thing because guys are loyal. You get a guy in your chair and you do a great haircut. Now you're selling products. You're doing hair color. There's a lot of hair color.
That's
business
one
out
thing
there.
about salons. I will say this, that when you go into salon, because the ScissorSalute to Brunetti's over there in West Hampton, I had a chance to, work over there. They would always be like, well, here's this piece of paper for you to write down what you did on the hair and if they bought any products. So
Right.
I'm like, oh, this is a pretty good idea. So cut the person's hair. I'm like, okay, I did this, I did this, I did this.
Right.
And then there's an option where if they bought any product. So if they buy product and then say like 2 months later comes up and like, well, listen, that's a 2-month supply, whatever, see if he's interested in buying more. Barbers don't really, barbers are now doing it now, and it's great to
yes.
see that. It's great to see the progress that is going on. Some of the barbers even have their own products. But I definitely feel like I'm gonna give a gem for you owners out there who own a shop and someone that just works at a shop, you're always going to hear barbers on some old, well, I'm paying you rent, this, that, and the third. I don't want to go to this event. You're listening, I just want to cut hair. If you give him some okay, well, listen, this is going to be a free class for you to learn how to sell this product and put extra money in your pocket. That could be somewhere it could be like a little bit of motivation. I know a couple owners in a barbershop have recently been talking about that, where they raised up the rent a little bit. But with that raising up the rent, you might be taking a free class. They might bring in an educator coming in.
Smart.
So they're now taking that step right there. So now let's get back. The name of your class that you're doing is Barbering Beyond the Cut. Yeah. How many of those classes have you done?
Most of those classes are when I go out on the road. That's basically what I do for the past year and a half. Once Aloxi set up, this is the first time for Aloxi to actually have a national educating team, and I'm one of 12 right now. I believe it's 12. If I'm wrong, guys, I'm sorry, but it's the first time they've done it. And we found out at the beginning of this year when we did our training, when we went into Burbank and trained together, we're like, it's an awesome team. I mean, I can't even tell you. But when we went in, we found out that we have the entire United States covered as far as distributors. So now we have Louisiana, we have Alabama, so we're going to be traveling to other markets. But I've done over, I'm going to say 12 classes, 12 barbering classes outside of the studio, which means I'm going to another state because this market needed a barbering experience.
Nice. So now, are you with the cordless buzzers?
Yes.
Or are you going cord? Or what's the cordless buzzer you use?
I'm using the Wall Designers right now.
Okay. Yeah. I'm telling you, Andis, I've loved you for years. My Andis Fade Masters, I got the cherry reds. I put the fade blade on.
Yeah.
I got the tangling cord attachment on there. I got them things tattooed. But I'm telling you, the freedom. Yeah. The freedom from the cordless. Free at last. That's the way I feel. That's like, I'm free.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's great that now you have models, or you just do them on the mannequins?
No, well, we prefer models, and Aloxi normally can, as long as we're like 2 months, 3 months ahead of the ballgame. The dates are set, so the salon or the distributor has time to bring in live models. I was just in Cleveland, and I did 2 separate days of education. Both salons had live models, which was unbelievable and awesome, because that's the best way to show people a fade and how to use their clippers and how to use scissor over comb and how to use the proper combs and stuff. So
combs is big. I didn't think too much of it. Always basically had one comb.
Yeah.
Actually, my sister's a hairstylist, and she gave me one of her combs. I'm like, I really like this one right here. I didn't really have to change, when it comes to scissor over comb, I didn't have to change it, and it just gripped the hair. It's a white one. It's just like a white one. I've been noticing a lot of people have the white one.
White comb also.
And I'm telling you, it grabs that ignorant hair that doesn't want to come in the comb sometimes.
That's right.
So it's great. If you're watching the ScissorSalute show, this is a live program for barbers, hairstylists, and makeup artists. If you'd like to show some support right now, underneath my finger right about here is the share button. Share it on your timeline, and also you can press that share button one more time, invite people, repost it in your groups, however you want to do it. And I'd also like to take some time to ScissorSalute, our sponsor for the month. Although you get these iPhones and you do some sort of update. It used to just be like 4. Now I got like
7 numbers. 7.
Yeah, I do. It's ridiculous. I'd like to remind everybody The Cut is a mobile platform re-imaging the barbershop experience. Their easy-to-use app connects talented barbers with clients who need them. They handle scheduling, payments, and branding too. More than 10,000 barbers around the country trust them to manage and grow their business. Download the free app today.
That's awesome.
So if you're looking for an appointment app, make sure you check out The Cut, and make sure you stay tuned a little, all night. Tommy Cole's going to be on the stage. Loxy Educator doing some, what is it, Joan Jett?
Joan Jett, the rock star chick from Long Island, man. She's awesome. She's got the greatest rock and roll haircut ever, and I'm trying to put together this little program called Rock and Roll Legends. So it's gonna be good.
So the haircuts are gonna be after Rock and Roll Legends.
It's gonna be.
Are you gonna do the Bon Jovi like spiky?
We're gonna
short
do it
one?
all, man. It's gonna be great.
So a lot of-
Clothing
so
and everything.
mullet cuts.
Everything, man. Everything you can, but it's going to be iconic rock and roll stars. So it'd be Joan Jett, it could be David Bowie, and Jimi Hendrix. I got a girl that's going to do the Jimi Hendrix one for me. She's got the most gorgeous hair. But we're going to dress them up in the same outfits and try to get the same picture. We got a picture of Jimi Hendrix with this outfit, we're going to try to replicate it with the hair and everything.
Oh, so you're gonna have so not only are you gonna be doing hair, there's gonna be some fashion stylists there.
Yeah.
Okay, so nice retro bell bottoms going on.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be great.
All right, so we'll get that going. We got a phone call coming in, Seth. Let's get that video call up.
Who is it?
I don't know, but there's two of us now over there to do.
Is it Victor?
Yo, once again, this is hello.
Hey.
What's going on, Victor? How's everything?
All right, how you guys doing? How's Tommy doing tonight?
He's doing good. He's mic'd up. He can hear you.
What's up, Vic?
I'm sorry I'm not your right-hand man tonight, brother.
Oh, you're gonna get it.
ScissorSalute, Victor Sabille is on the phone. He's been on the show before, and we actually had a chance to participate in an event that he threw at the Emporium, which is now like the Soundgarden. You heard that, right? No more Emporium, it's the Soundgarden now.
I know, they shut down.
Yeah, they did. And it took a lot of money. Not a lot of money, but it took some money out the beauty profession out there in Brookhaven, because you were always cutting people's hair to go to the Emporium. But enough about that.
Yeah.
Let's go over
that was a good show. Actually, we have that on the docket again for this summer.
Really? Where's the location?
Well, we're looking more central Long Island this time, so we can catch people from Nassau.
Right. There's a couple nice venues out there that's popping. But let's get everybody a little bit more familiar with you in the hair. We know that you're an Aloxi educator as well. You know, how's the experience there? And you know, you were really comfortable on stage. You were comfortable here. So I know when people go to your classes, they're picking up a lot of information.
Right. Yeah, I'm on the national education team with Tommy. It's a pleasure. Like you said, there's 12 of us, and just like Tommy, my family, we're all hairdressers as well. So I grew up with the comb in my hand and the smell of color and perms in the basement, and it's amazing. 33 years this year, and
wow.
Aloxi has been wonderful for me. It's just a great fit. Meeting people like Tommy and getting to work with Tommy and Freddie and a bunch of other great stylists. It's a wonderful team. It really is. What else we got tonight?
Well, no, just, you know, for the people who maybe not familiar with Aloxi, can you give us some background on the company?
Oh, yeah, sure. Aloxi actually was purchased by George Schaefer. I guess about 7 years ago. Aloxi used to be a Nexus product, and George Schaefer was he owned OPI Nails, huge nail company, huge. And George sold that, and he wanted to get back into the beauty business, so he found the Nexus line, Aloxi, and purchased that. And he's breathing new life into this line, and it's really coming a long way. They put the new education team in place, and like Tommy had said, we have a larger piece of the country now, so we'll be exposed a lot, which is wonderful for us, and it's great to get the Aloxi name out there because it's really a line that is doing a lot of things as far as being PETA friendly. It's gluten free. It's a vegan line. It's produced in a kosher lab. It's just they've covered every base.
Well,
and,
it's good that they covered that, because it seems to be something that's trending as far as people wanting to stay away from certain products that are animal based. And
right.
A lot of, I guess, you know, when we went to school, actually, there was no allergies. Now, you know, my kids can't bring peanut butter into school.
Excuse me.
because the people are allergic to it. So I'm pretty sure
They
these
have
product
peanut-free
lines,
tables now.
these product lines
Peanut-free
that
table.
these product lines, people are probably catching allergic reactions to these product lines as well. So it's great to see something that's naturally based. You know,
Right, and that's exactly why they did that. They wanted to make sure that more people can be in contact with this line.
Can I actually?
Definitely. Now, Victor, now
You can hear me?
you're on the stage right now, and they say we need you to do some of your fiercest work. Bring us through what you're doing and why are you doing it.
All right. Is my boy Victor still there?
Yeah, it's happening to him, Tommy.
What's up, brother?
You're all mic'd up.
You remember I was talking to you about that Joan Jett shag thing, right?
Right.
Can Victor see what I'm doing? No.
No.
I don't know if he's watching the show on his phone. He can,
Oh, okay.
or on the
I'm actually,
laptop.
I'm having a hard time seeing it. I'm on it, but
It's okay.
I can't get the live feed.
But it's okay. You can hear me though, right, brother?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool. So basically, I had a mannequin, like we all do. If you saw in Victor's background, he has his mannequins on the on his little shelves and stuff. But we end up with all these mannequins, and we end up figuring out what to do with them because we cut them from long to short. So I took this particular mannequin, whose name is Sam, if you can see her right here. We took her, and today she was a blonde, and I made her level 2 natural dark brown with the Andiamo by Aloxi, which is a 10-minute hair color. So we did that first. I prepped her up. And what I'm going to do here is take some sections around the front fringe here, and we're going to use a razor to carve out our foundation right here. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to drag it down to about, because Joan Jett had a very short fringe in the front sometimes, so most of the time. And hopefully everybody can see on here. I'm just going to go right around the front. And what I like to do right behind that is take vertical slices and bring them forward to that particular line. So we're just meeting right up to that first fringe that I cut, all right? So this way you go around, and this is going to give you a nice soft feel around the face frame, around the fringe area. And we're going to bring it straight out and carve through. Can everybody see that? I hope. So what I'm going to do to the left side of the head, I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to bring it straight out and shape it around the face. All right? Can everybody see that? Good. And the reason why we're doing that, we're creating this shape around the face with a lot of texture. When we dry this later, you'll see all the texture in the face, and I'll go in and take little pieces and carve it out. All right, let me get around this way. And we'll carve this fringe out. As you can see, it's starting to take shape. We'll take a little more from this side, and then we're going to take the rest of this section right up to the back part, right behind the ear, okay? And we're going to pull it forward, again, right up to that guideline. You'll see the fringe guideline there. And you can see it starting to take shape. Can you see that? You'll see it starting to take shape right here. Right in this little fringe, all right? We're going to continue to pull that forward, chip away at it, nice and softly. And this, my friends, make sure when you're using your razor that you wet the hair. The hair has to be super wet so that even if you have sprayed a cutting tool, you still want to keep it wet so that your razor slides through the hair, okay? We're going to continue. Make sure this is where you want it to be lengthwise, okay? You kind of see what's happening there, right? I'll step over to this side, Take the rest of this forward. Bring it to the guide. You're going to chip away at it, nice and easy. All right. And then what we're going to do is tilt her head forward a little bit. So we'll make believe that this is an actual client. We'll say, Joan, can you please tilt your head forward, all right? So Joan's tilting her head forward. I'm going to take all this hair, elevate it slightly, and connect it to that guide, okay? Same thing with the back. We're going to connect it all to this guide. And whatever little hairs, whether you think it's not enough hair to cut, you need to cut that hair, because that's what's going to create this cool rock and roll cut, all right? And once you get all this hair brought forward, you're bringing the back of the head forward. Okay, can we see that? This is how you're going to section that head. All right.
So tell me, why are you bringing everything to the front to create length in the back?
Create length in the back, a little shaggy. And then I'm going to do a little bit of a layering technique around the back. Again, this is my version of this haircut, you know, a modded version of it. But as we can see, it's taking shape. We got the color in there with the Andiamo by Aloxi permanent hair color. 10-minute permanent hair color. How crazy is that, right, Vic?
That's a game changer.
It's a game changer. So, and I went roots to ends on this with her. So, we're on the side here. You can see the shape. Doesn't it look like Joan Jett? It looks like Joan Jett.
Yeah, it does.
Can you see it, Vic? No.
I love Joan Jett, so you're doing great, Tom.
Anyway, what about, we were trying to get two of our friends that are traveling right now that are on the national team to call in. I don't know if they're going to make it, but Sam LaBelle and Robertina. Sam LaBelle is in Minneapolis, I think, doing her program. Vic, what's her program? Can you tell people where they can find our program on the site?
Loxy.com or Loxy International will have all the information as far as upcoming events for Loxy, where each one of us are going to be. Like Tommy's doing barbering. My class is the art of color melting, seamless blending.
Yeah, can you explain?
So Loxy.com.
Yeah.
We'll have everything there, products, events, anything you need.
Hey, can you explain a little bit about your class?
Oh, yeah. My class is, like I said, is the art of color blending. So I try to give you options and techniques and shapes in order to create that seamless blend. Where does it start? Where does it finish? So you have that blonde going into maybe a darker blonde, into a darker blonde, and there's just no end to it.
Right. And
I like that feeling of seamless blending. So there's a few techniques, actually quite more than a few techniques, whether they're block techniques or certain shapes like halos or triangles or crescents. We have a lot of color blending techniques. In my class, the art of color blending, the art of color melting. And I'll be in LA in August twice, in August, and Indianapolis.
Nice.
I believe that's August too. I'll be in LA.
You're going to be gone for the month of
I've been up
August.
to the West Coast a lot.
So Vic, let me just bring it back to the stage here for a second.
Do it.
What I'm doing in the back of the haircut to make this look a little more rocker, and again, this is a haircut a lot of the British rock stars had back in the day, where they scooped out a lot of hair in the back. So basically what we're doing here, I'm going to give you a side profile of it. We're taking vertical slices again. And I'll tell you exactly where I learned this. I went to Tony and Guy classes for a long time back in the day. And this is how they got that real PC bottom, where they would just, you can elevate here and start to carve out, or you can keep it less of a degree, and just start to carve out. And you're not taking that whole piece out. You're doing we're doing like a C shape, okay? Like a scoop out, okay? So we're gonna do that all around the back of the head. We're taking the section from the crown down. We're bringing this all until we get to the back of the ear, okay? Once you get to the back of the ear, you stop. And then you go from center back. You go from center back this way. Same thing, okay? So let's do that. This will create the shorter length here, and we could go back in and make this even shorter so it looks more like a rocker haircut, right? And then scoop this out, go to the back of the ear, scoop it out.
It's like very 60s Mick Jagger also.
Yeah, man. This is where we're going, right? This is where we're going with this. So
I love the rock and roll legend idea.
yeah, the rock and roll, what did we call it when I was in Burbank that time? It was rock and roll royalty.
Rock and roll royalty.
So any rocker from the 60s, 70s, 80s, we're going to turn into rock and roll royalty. And I think I'm going to take this fringe down a little shorter right here. Hopefully mannequin hair is a little different to work with, but
It sure is.
we'll try to get that fringe to come really, really flat and piecey. And if you want the top a little shorter, all you have to do is pull the hair or comb the hair. Never pull the hair, ladies and gentlemen. Never pull the hair. Unless they want it pulled. We'll take it nice and short. We go through the crown here and make it a little shorter by actually skipping your razor through. You'll create more texture and more height. So
And you
as soon as
said to use the razor, the hair should be wet.
Yes. Especially on longer textures. I'm not saying that I don't go back in and detail a little bit with it, but when you're dragging a dry blade on dry hair, it doesn't feel good, you know? So the softness you're gonna get and the texture you're gonna get is when you do this haircut on super slick wet hair. So like I said, you can spray a detangler through it or a cutting tool, and then right after that, you know, continue to spray it as you're going along, depending, because you might get to one side of the head and the hair is completely dry, so you got to re-wet it. So we're getting there. I think I'm about ready to dry this, so I'm going to show you with a quick, just maybe shagging it out, dry. Might not even have to put anything because there's a cutting tool lotion in there. I'm going to put the blow dryer on right now, so I don't want to drown everybody out. You treat this like you're behind the chair. You're going to blow this all forward. See that? Keep blowing it forward. Create a little height in here. Remember, folks, this is a mannequin hair. This is a great haircut for women or men that have that finer texture and are looking to gain a little more, look at the body that you're getting up here. I mean, we can really get a lot of body up there. It's just a matter of drying it in the direction you want it to fall. In this case, shag, front of the hair, front of the face.
Now she just needs makeup, some serious makeup on her face, and that's Joan Jett. Just give her some serious makeup, some heavy, overdose makeup.
I thought they were talking to me. She's beautiful. And normally, we're drying the mannequin. You can have your client flip their head over like that. You can see the haircut.
Or you could grab them by the back of the neck and make sure they're moving the way you want them to. Once again, you were watching the ScissorSalute show. This is a live program, and on the cut cam is Tommy Cole. You can find him on Instagram at Tommy Cole Hair. He is a Loxy international educator, and if you'd like to show some support for the ScissorSalute show, press the share button and put the show on your feed. You could also press the share button once again, post it up on groups, invite people. Once again, Tommy Cole, take it from there.
What's up? All right. We got, can you guys see this?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so looks great, Tommy.
We added some height. All right. This is Joan Jett's sister, Sammy Jett. But you can see how making it shorter in this crown area, we can really still go into the fringe area and piece it out, right? And get really tight above the eyebrows.
So now you're going back and doing some editing?
Yeah, this is going in and you do your detail work accordingly. If you want to see a longer piece in the face, you want to cut out more around the eye, around where the eye meets the cheek, just to get a little peekaboo there. You know, you just go into detail, take a little weight off the front. But the idea of this haircut is absolutely there, okay? You can take a little more off the top. The top part, right up at the top of the head, the crown, this can be as short as 2 inches. You can bring this off.
So Tommy, let me just get into the group real quick.
Yeah.
So New York and Queen says ScissorSalute to all. Ruben says he's watching, making dinner, watching the show.
Nice.
ScissorSalute to my wife and my kids watching the show. ScissorSalute to Patricia Lynn. Deborah Bell, she says that she loves the haircut. Looks like Joan Jett.
Nice, I love it.
And Valerie Schrager says salute. And yes, Sammy Jett. New York Queen love the Sammy Jett comment.
Oh, nice. Sammy Jett, that's right. Sammy 2 Jett. Thank you. ScissorSalute to my family too. My kids at home. Lola, Tori, my wife, Kelly. Thank you for allowing me to be here because it's time away from home, you know. But they know I love doing this, right? So this is my Joan Jett haircut. Hopefully we get some, as you can see and heard, that people did like it and they get the idea. So it's all basically creating your guide around the face. You can make the fringe any length you want and then bringing everything to that guide. Everything to that guide. Elevating your top, cutting it a little shorter, cutting the back part where the point of growth is shorter to get it really to spike up. Even with your hand it'll do it. You see that? Yeah, we see that. And if I can real quick, I want to show you a little technique that I'm not going to show you the technique, but I'm going to show you the it's called a crescent. We do a crescent shape that our friend Sam Labello and our team created for the program. And basically, this is a longer version of the cut we did, but with a real heavy bang. You can see that, right, guys? Just want to make sure. And you can see that halo of color that's peeking through the fringe area, right? So what happens here is that you can create, and this could be, that crescent highlight can be any color. You can do blue, pink, reds, anything that your client may want. So basically, if I peel this away, I'm going to show you the drastic difference. And if you decide, as your client, if you cut their fringe a certain way, you'll be able to see the thickness of color that crescent shape creates. You can kind of see that, right? And that was a special technique that Sam Labella has created for our national team, which we're showing this year at the studio. And if you want to follow Sam, Vic, and myself on our studio programs, please go to aloxi.com and click studio, and it'll show you exactly when those dates are. I think I'm in there on March 12th for my program, but and this was just cut simply like one of those long, a longer lob. Then we layered the back. We just put a lot of texture in there so that when you do put a little bit of hairspray and just give it a little scrunching with your hand, you can get a lot of volume and big, and just it makes it swells it. So we big scissor salute to Sam Labella. So Vic, you still there?
I'm still here.
You and I need to do a show for Scissor Salute when we can next time. I told the guys that you had a mannequin emergency.
I had a mannequin meltdown today. Nothing went right for me today, bro. There's nothing.
Well, listen, brother.
It was so sad, actually. I really wanted to be with you guys. I miss Eli and Seth Rowe and all you guys. Always so welcoming. Yes, Tommy, let's get together. Let's do a cut and color event.
You guys come down here. You guys come down here. I want something fierce. I want hair flying in the air. I want something like extreme.
Yeah,
we're gonna have some really cool color melting and some great cuts for you.
We can do some extreme stuff. So look at how dark that number 2, the 2N Andiamo got this mannequin. I mean, she was pretty light, and this 10 minutes, man. I got this whole thing done. I probably applied it in 10 minutes, so really a total of 20 minutes. For a female client, you can get them out of the salon in 20 minutes. Actually, 20 minutes with their color, and then another 15 minutes to 20 minutes for blow dry. That's a lunchtime color and blow. And what's cool about the Andiamo, we got in the barbering program, we can do some gray blending, depending on how much gray the gentleman wants to just blend or cover. Or we can do some mini highlights on the guys, just to, the younger guys like to do these really cool things now with these pompadour haircuts and stuff. We can just drop in 3 or 4 foils across the front and get them to just, look a little cooler without going too crazy and too blonde. But yeah, I think for this session, I think these are the 2 cuts, or actually that's the one cut I really wanted to show, my Joan Jett. And hopefully I can get on the show and show you some other rock and roll royalty haircuts.
Yeah, let's do that with color, Tommy.
Yeah, man.
Some big color. Andiamo plays a strong role in the barbering world because of its speed. You guys do massive volume, mad volume all day long. Andiamo has a place in your world.
That's right.
Because in 10 to 15 minutes, you can blend someone's gray or cover it 100%. You still have your speed, you still have your chair circulating all day.
These are my girls.
And the
right?
colors, the new colors they came out with, like Tommy was saying, it just adds to their rainbow that they have now. So it's
Well-
definitely something we want to show, and we want to really expose that to you, so you can see the relevance of it.
Well, I do notice that what we've been seeing here a lot on the show. I know the vivid colors are great, but we've had a couple of guests. I'll say about like 3 weeks ago. No, I'll say about a month ago. The end, or ended, 2017. They was talking about the amount of money that's in color correction. Now, do you guys get a lot of that traffic, the color correction?
God. Yes, all day long.
And do you
All day long.
Do you notice
we welcome people using the box color at home because they're going to end up in one of our chairs, and color correction is huge. And so go to the box, go to the box all day long.
Go to the
'Cause
box.
sooner or later, the color's going to overlap, and you're going to need it done correctly. So yeah, color correction is massive.
Now, the Loxy is also good for the vivid colors because at the same time, it seems like when it comes to, they have the, the color correction, nice balayages for the shots of the year from behind the chair. But it seems like the vivid colors are the ones that really pop when it comes to, shot of the year and getting a lot of traffic on social media.
Oh yeah, definitely. Tommy, we'll talk about the Ultra Hots.
Yeah, well, we have an incredible line of creative colors called Ultra Hot, and we have some new colors that came out. We have a what's the green? We have a not turquoise. I'm sorry, I should be. My brain is like a little stumped right now, but we have all the creative colors, and most of the new techniques for 2018 for our studio programs have a lot of creative tones in them, such as, I mean, this is kind of tame for the creative stuff that we do have as far as the red tones, but we have pinks, blues, purples. We do a lot of that galaxy hair. We have something called shooting star technique, where there's this big, it looks like a shooting star from the temple area back, with like 4 different formulas on one head, just like amazing stuff. And the great thing about the Ultra Hot is that they last a long time, and they don't fade out these weird colors. So it's something to look into. Ultra Hot by Loxy, check it out.
So Ultra Hot by Loxy is like the more like vivid line for Loxy.
Yes.
But then I heard you talking about the two for Joan Jett. That's what you did on the color right there?
Level 2. It's
Level 2?
A 2N, which we have a color personality for it, and I wish I had it in front of me. You got a box back there, Victor? You have your
Andiamo?
You have your Andiamo box back there?
Go ahead. Oh, he got it right back there. Yeah, he does.
I saw it on your shelf. What's the 2N color personality?
Look at this. It's like a commercial.
Yeah, there you go. What's the two? Can you give us the 2N color personality?
Sure. It's called Hot Chocolato.
Okay, so if I can just go over those color personalities real quick. Our the gentleman that owns Aloxi hair color, Aloxi hair care, used to own OPI nail polish. So if anyone knows about OPI nail polish, George Schaefer named all the nail polishes particular names, like ballet slippers and real cute little names. So when he bought this company, he wanted to make a difference for the clients to experience a name instead of a number, because clients are like, oh, what color am I? They want to know what color they are. So you give them a name like that, or espresso yourself, and it's an Italian-based company. So all the color numbers are now transformed into this really cool color personality.
It also makes it a lot easier too. Now that you mention it, it's easier to remember something that's catchy as opposed to remembering a number.
A number.
So if you're like, oh, you know what, I like that espresso or the mocha. I like I like this.
Exactly.
I like
Mocha
that. That's
chocolato.
different. Then you're gonna remember that.
Yeah.
So that's a good marketing strategy right there.
Yeah, and the idea is to, okay, let's say we did Joan Jett, a 2N and a 3N, and those two color personalities are now mixed. We could just name it one of those. It's not really about the 2N that we put in as a technical part of knowing what the color is, but it's giving that client the opportunity to say, hey, I'm an espresso yourself, or I'm a, whatever the color personality is that that we chose for them. They go down the street, God forbid, they decide, the person down the street is not going to have that same, well, hopefully they have a Loxy color and they can, can talk color personality, but it's something unique and different for the client to experience. And as far as like how we, all our media, all our color swatch books, we split it up where there's a technical side and there's a very visual side for the client to look through and check out the colors and pictures of what those tones really look like. So it's very customized, very unique. That's what attracted me to the brand myself. As I said earlier, it was just something different, and it's still family owned, which you can't say that about a lot of color companies right now.
Yeah, definitely. So that's always a good thing there. And now, Victor, if you was, I've been talking about extreme and fierce. I say that's because, you've done a couple shows, and it's not really what you asked of them. That's what came. I've seen that one show that I went to. It was crazy, and then I accidentally went to one of your shows. I'll say about like 9 years ago when we stopped at 4 on 110.
Right.
And he came to your shows. Like, what's going on here? I just seen some. Oh, they had a hair show here before this, and it's just extreme. Now, are you capable of doing the extreme Edward Scissorhands, hair flying all over the place, volume, texture?
You sound like you're talking about the 80s again.
Yes, well, listen, I could say that, I was part of the 80s. I could say that,
Me too.
It was a good time. Jelly bracelets were going on, a lot of fluorescent colors, heavy makeup. And even if you think about it, you see how a lot of females are shaving the side of their head? That pretty much, Lisa brought that. Lisa brought that in with the 80s. That was already being done.
It's so funny you should say that, because actually Aloxi bringing it back big time, the shade side and the etch side. And the other side of that etch side is a lot of height and a lot of movement. It's like a big wave over to the other side of that shade side. So there's some extreme hair coming out of Aloxi, and we're going to show it to you. And me and Tommy hit the stage again together.
Yes, well, that's what we want to see here. I mean, it's always great when you come down here. I believe you came down here a couple of times, and again, we went to the show, and that's how I know in your class that the people are learning something good, simply because some people might get up on the stage and they lose their personality, but you definitely just look like you're still Victor Stabile when you get up on there.
Thank you. Yeah, I still feel the same every day of the week, which is good.
Definitely.
You look great,
and
pal.
Vic, you own salons? You own more than one? You have them?
Not anymore. I got out. Very similar to Tommy, I had sold my my interest in my last salon, and I travel around and do a lot of freelance work besides traveling with Aloxi, but I still work in my main salon that I have sold, and I just run my chair now in Smithtown.
Okay, well, that's really near my house right there, Smithtown.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We should get together and do some work.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys are looking for some barbers to come down there and join the team, I'm let you know I'm go with the ones and twos. I've been doing this.
Sounds good.
I'm go with the ones and that's what we call it, ones and twos. The place where I learned how to cut hair, we didn't have multiple tools. The owner didn't like clutter at the station, so we pretty much had one set of buzzers, one set of liners, shears, thinning shears if someone had them. And he didn't like clutter, so that's what we call them, ones and twos.
Ones and twos.
Yeah. It's sort of like a DJ, because you're mixing and you're blending. You're mixing the hair up and you're blending the hair, so you're on the ones and twos, cutting it up. So
would you be interested in getting together and doing another show?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, there's no doubt about that. I've been a hip, a hop, the hibbity, don't stop, the rocket.
Oh, no.
Well, you know, we do, and we're trying to strive for the profession. Events like that is great for the profession to bring barbers, hairstylists together, even hairstylists in the New York area, because it seems to be, regardless of what the profession is, in New York, it could be hair, it could be music. There seems to be a lot of separation, and it's always good to bring everybody together. And I always
important to bring them together. I think
Yes.
barbers and hairstylists need to be in the same room.
Yes,
We can learn
and-
from you can learn from us, and then we can get together and make something really wild.
Exactly. That's what it is, you know, and you're gonna learn something, because if you're willing to go to the show, that already means that you're taking that step forward to outside of your box. You know, it's not one of them things where you're going to a place. I feel like if you go to an event, you are already taking that step to want to either network, educate yourself, or make your next move. And if you're going to events and you're really not trying to do that, and you're just going there to spectate, there's nothing wrong with that. But while you're at it, you know, some people might get their, you know, the fire lit underneath their feet. You talked about Mayor the Barber, the DMV, before the program even started. Do you know Mayor the Barber went to the CT Barber Expo last year and volunteered himself as a model, specifically because he wanted to work with a company. So he volunteered himself as a model for the company, sat down, got his hair cut, and while he was getting his hair cut, either before or after, talked to the person who was doing his hair and was like, hey, I want to do this. And strictly went to the CT Barber Expo for that reason, and they told him the formula. He kept on doing the formula, got the phone call to go to California, got interviewed by the company, and is now educating for them. The point to what I'm saying is that when you go to these events and you're looking at the person on the stage and you're on some, oh, what could I do to get there? I think the question is more, what did they do to get there? Because you have to educate yourself on what did that person do to get there.
Correct.
And then you can come up with your own strategy of what you need to do to get there. You know, so Victor, how did you, Tommy already told us how he got together with Aloxi. How did you hook up with them?
Similarly, when I was working in the salon, someone had called me. They knew that I wasn't working with another major company that I had just left. And I was with the company for 22 years. And someone had told them that I wasn't educating and I was looking for a position with another company. So the brand manager walked in and asked if I'd be interested in trying this color Aloxi. And she told me the background of George Schaefer and OPI Nails and how there was a color personality and there was a difference. And it was gluten-free and vegan and PETA-friendly and blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, let me just try the color, see if it works, see if it covers gray first. And when I tried it, it worked well. And I was hooked from there. And again, like Tommy had said, it seemed like the next Saturday I was in LA for training. And I became a creative advisor, was the first step. And then we had got notification the following year that they were creating a national team, and they'd like me to join, and I was proud to be next to Tommy working. And so for me, it just felt like a comfortable fit, because I was looking for a different educator position, and a few companies had walked into my salon, but they weren't a good fit. For me, it's not just whoever walked in I was taking. It just felt right. It felt more like a family, because it was just comfortable. Everyone was really comfortable to work for. I'd like to give a big scissor salute to my cousin Victor from Florida.
Hey.
I understand he just joined the
program?
the broadcast. So
I was looking at that. But when Tommy was talking and educating, I didn't want to go, oh, Tommy, hold it. Hold it. I know we're in the live program.
Families first, man.
Absolutely. And it's great to have everything. So, you know what? Let me just take a little ride through Victor just joined in. Maxine Stabile sends a...
Right. My mom and dad.
Hey.
Mom is watching.
What's up?
Salute.
And the Floridians. It's nice. They're proud of their son. That's cool.
Mom, Dad.
And then Grace.
He's a good guy.
Grace Del Cave. Oh, that's a long name right there. Grace, you got a long name, man. So ScissorSalute to Grace. And ScissorSalute to everybody in the chat. Once again, the ScissorSalute is a live program for barbers, hairstylists, and makeup artists
to come down here and showcase and share their story in the profession. If you would like to come down here and showcase or be interviewed, you can email us, ScissorSalute@yahoo.com. Please leave all your contact information, and we'll get back to you in the order that the email is received. And just a reminder for the month, our sponsor, the Cut app, and I thought it was up. I didn't have it up. The Cut app is a mobile platform re-imaging the barbershop experience. Their easy-to-use app connects talented barbers with clients who need them. They handle scheduling, payments, and branding too. More than 10,000 barbers around the country trust them to manage and grow their business. Download the free app today or tomorrow.
That's pretty awesome.
Later on tonight. If you're looking for an appointment schedule, even owners, if you're watching right now and you're looking for an appointment app, maybe to use at your place of business to get everybody, circulating, because somebody might not have the appointments, but these appointment apps actually bring clients to your place of business.
That's great.
They find the clients and they bring them to you as well. So ScissorSalute to the Cut app. And Victor, thank you. Victor, you want to stay on the line, you can stay on the line. We're gonna
Can you stay on the line for me? I gotta ask you something.
Well, go ahead, ask
Of course.
him. Ask him.
Well,
Of course. Oh, always a pleasure, guys. I look forward to seeing you. Scissor Salute. Best of luck until we meet again.
Well, I got another question for you after Tommy before we let you go. Go
So,
ahead.
Okay, cool.
It's not really a question, but so when you went out, I want to share this with people that are listening. When you went out to the Aloxi training, trainer, how many people would you say were in that class?
I think we had, in that class, there was probably 15, 16 people.
Right. So my point is, when you're ready to educate, okay, when you're ready to educate for a company, a brand, and you think you're ready, find the brand, or maybe the brand comes to you. You'll feel it. There's a feeling. There's an energy, right, Vic?
There really is. There really, because everyone is different.
Right. And just from the fact that when I went out to that training program, when they told me to go out that Saturday, I knew nothing about these color personalities. I just know how to do color, basically, right? So we get out there, there's 15 to maybe 18 people in this class, and myself and the brand manager from New York, Joanne, were the only two that I think continued successfully with Aloxi. And I think they have such a structure. Most of the people that work for Aloxi in the creative and the education part of it are from Wella, Schwarzkopf, top major brand color companies. So they've put together a team before. They know what they're looking for. So when you get to these trainings for these companies, they put you, well, with Aloxi, they put us in front of the stage, in front of our peers, that we're all training for the same thing. With these, I don't want to call them tests, but they want to see how you present. They want to see how you do on stage in front of people.
Is it like a
under
tryout?
pressure. No, it's just you're partnered up with someone, so you don't feel like it's just you on stage, but you're partnered up to kind of like, and then you're given 15 minutes, talk about one product of our brand, okay? This is how they did it at Aloxi. I'm just telling you that. In other companies, it may be different, but it was awesome because it gave you that opportunity to say, oh my God, it's like a challenging, under pressure. It's to see if you're going to break under pressure. So you go.
Yeah, so maybe it is like a tryout then.
Well, that's what it was. And every one of the educators, the national educators that are on the team now, I mean, there's no pretentiousness. There's no queen or king. We're all.
There's no drama.
We sweep floors for each other when we work at the training.
It's a teamwork.
The new studio
and it's a
that they
passionate
built
team
for us, man. They built us a studio. It's ridiculous, man.
Well, it's good to have that camaraderie right there.
Yeah.
Where, there's really no alphas or nothing like that. It's more like everyone's on the same level. But Victor, my question to you is, this profession, you've been in the profession for a while. I've been in it for quite a while as well. And something that we've talked about when we first got into it, being that we're constantly taking care of clients and, we're getting them ready for events. But we also get to hear the interesting stories of how they have coverage in the future and insurance and retirement plans and, their wives having maternity leave. I would like to introduce you to Dante, who's the owner and creator of the BBA, which is now, we're trying to reach out to barbers and hairstylists to let everybody know that this is available. It's something that you probably talked about before, Victor. You probably talked about it before.
We definitely did.
And, Dante, would you like to let everybody know, get a little bit into depth exactly what the BBA is?
Yes, the BBA is the Barber Beauty Association. It's pretty much giving you union benefits while you still able to keep your independence.
Wow.
That's pretty
That
awesome.
sounds great.
Because before, when this all came about, was thinking about doing a union, but then I seen the mixed reaction until, oh, we don't want the government, having this, hand on what we're doing. So I'm like, you know what? Let's niche all of that. Let's make this association where you still could be independent, but at the same time, with the BBA, allows you to develop a credit score, get homes. We also gonna have educators. I would love to talk to both of y'all about maybe, y'all would love to be an educator through the BBA.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That's another thing, Victor. The BBA, the association, not only is going to have a retirement, benefits, and medical.
Hold on, 4 retirement plans. You get up to.
Four retirement plans. It's also going to be an association that once you get part of it, there's going to be education for you too.
Oh, that's
so
great.
in a way, it'll be paying for your education. Right now, it's up in the air of an education team. We've talked to certain barbers and hairstylists, but it's just definitely, it's the time. We feel like the time is now. If we talk about the profession being a real job. Now the BBA is going to legitimize. How's that word?
Legitimize.
There we go. Did I say that, Stephen A. Smith on you, baby? Legitimize the profession. And, all jokes aside, we talk to friends or whatever. You might see somebody from high school or whatever, and like, really? You're still doing hair? I'm like, yeah, it's working for you? Yeah, it's working. Because, again, we know what we do. It's our career. We know what we do, but still to others, they still don't take it serious. So I feel like the BBA is definitely going to elevate it. Is that something that you'd be interested in? Benefits, retirement plans, and, for the ladies that are in the hair profession, maternity leave, that's something that's just like, wow.
I think that's really important. I used to teach at one of the beauty schools in Hop Hog on the island, and, one of the biggest gripes was, there's no benefits, there's no 401k, there's no health benefits, it's not a real job. My father wanted me to do this because I didn't want to go to college. It really is time to turn this profession into a business, into a real job, into a real career, instead of just something that you fell on because it was the next thing.
And you know what's amazing about this industry that a lot of people don't realize? There are a lot of 6-figure barbers and hairstylists.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there are more 6-figure barbers and hairstylists than there are lawyers and doctors. But just the fact that you don't know what to do with your money once you get it, the values of what you really bring home, take home. And the fact that you don't claim taxes, and another fact that you don't, as beauty professions, you have the most, like, you could write off so much stuff for the government, not trying to promote,
no, we pretty much do. We go out like a dinner with a client. Let me give me that receipt.
Yeah,
that's
How
right.
much that money? Give me that. Give me that.
Write it off.
Just the fact that you could write off from uniform. Not saying you got to write off $25,000 of clothing, but get a great accountant that would tell you what to write off, from supplies to travel
Ink for your
expenses.
printer.
Yes.
HP printer. Yes. Tommy said you actually talked to your accountant before you sold your establishment.
Yeah,
he said it was the time was now.
Yeah, it's like you have to establish those relationships with, first of all, your accountant, and you need to find an accountant that knows our business.
All right.
Second, you always, I'm sure if you have opened a salon or have had to sign a contract for even a suite or a booth rental, you have to get a lawyer for that. So you have to have a good lawyer and a good accountant. Okay?
That's good.
There you go. So not
Very
only we
important.
doing haircuts up on here, now we're getting into different type of education.
No, it's very important.
And you need a good financial guy too.
Correct.
Because without a good financial guy, you can have the best accountant in the world, but you got to remember, all accountants don't know about different financial vehicles, especially with pertaining the beauty industry. You need a guy, not to put it out there, but like myself. I've been studying the beauty profession since I became.
Put it out there. Put it out there.
You just did. I believe you just did, Victor.
I'm sorry, but low key, but just
No, it's important.
because I know the struggle of a barber and a hairstylist. I've been in shops, schools. I hear the stories, and this is what every day when I hear the stories, it what drives me to go harder with the BBA. I just put a post out there, which companies. I already know in my head, and by talking to the reps, I already know for the companies I'm going to use, but I'm gonna just let everybody sweat it out just a little. Try to figure out which companies. I already know because these companies make sense. These companies are for the barber and beauty hairstylists out there.
It's very important, man.
And it's key. It's key for me why I'm independent. Because if I wasn't independent, I wasn't able to allow you to give you the best companies for this profession, for this industry. So it's not like I'm just picking up any old ring-a-ding companies. I'm picking between the top 25 companies that performed last year. I'm picking from the top 10 companies. The reason I say these numbers, because I have contracts with 18 of the top 25 companies, 7 of the top 10 companies that's been, excuse me, I'm getting a little too excited, but.
It's good to hear that.
The companies I have contracts with are voted by the financial agencies that's giving the best ratings. So it's not like I'm picking up little John and Pop companies.
Right.
No, I'm doing what makes sense.
Reputable.
Because you gotta look at it. These companies have long-term jeopardy. Jeopardy. Excuse me, not jeopardy, but they have. You gotta excuse me. They have the security.
Security.
That's when I'm big on security. These companies, if the stock market go down, you don't gotta sweat. Continue to cut hair. I ain't lose no money. If anything, my money stays the same.
That's right.
Now, a lot of these people that lost money last week because of the stock market, they sweating. What am I doing? What am I doing? I can tell you this just off the humble. Something just told me, Dante, cash out your 401k. I don't necessarily recommend that, but it's the fact that I know that I have a plan A and a plan Z. Let me cash out. As soon as I cashed out, I'd have lost probably half of my 401k.
Oh,
Jesus.
oh.
Now, Dante, let me ask you something.
Sure.
In the BBA, can you recommend CPAs, accountants for barbers and stuff?
I'm gonna have that lined up. I already have a guy that deals with. I have like the accounts I have, and it's, I don't have a CPA yet, but the 2 accounts I have, one of them wrote for each R for the New York City Department of Education. So she runs that department. So.
Wow.
So it's not like I'm just picking anybody that do TurboTax. No, everybody I'm getting is people that play the significant role in their profession. Like my credit guy, my loan officer guy, he runs the Manhattan branch for Chase when giving out business loans. So it's not like we're dealing with small companies. We're dealing with people that if you need a business loan from startup to $20 million and you fit the qualifications. We just don't say, oh, yeah, you get a loan. There's qualifications with everything.
Correct.
It's that fine print on any contract that people miss, and then when stuff go wrong, oh, why you didn't tell me this? Because you didn't read the fine print.
Well, I definitely think the time is now for something like the BBA, and it's been a topic also on social media is bringing different things to classes. As far as not just educating people on hair and educating people on new tools and the latest trends and styles, it's more educating people on their credit scores and money management, because some of the most talented, as we know, some of the most talented artists, some of them are crazy.
Yeah.
And we're not just talking about hair.
Right.
But then we get into the hair thing, they're talented and they're, I'm thinking, am I normal? But it's part of the creativity. Now, it's not saying that they don't have it together, but it'd be great to bring that aspect into some sort of expo or into these classes where not only are you getting educated on the latest style, the latest trends, you're also getting educated on like money management, credit score, the importance of having the option to be a LLC or, you know,
Yeah.
just
Building
more
your
information
brain.
on that.
Knowing the difference.
Yeah,
of
knowing the
those.
difference.
Knowing the difference is huge,
what good
right.
what good is being a six-figure barber hairstylist if your credit score is shot because no one ever really told you how to manage your money,
Right.
and you're living in constant debt.
Right.
You know, so I feel like the BBA is going to be hopefully, well, I know it's going to be a great outlet and a great add-on into the profession. And I just wanted to ask your guys' opinion because, you know, we've been in it for a while. You've been in it for a while. And
I think it definitely has its place, and I'd love to talk to Dante further. I'm sure Tommy feels the same.
yeah, I mean, Tommy, you said you've been in it for 23 years, and that's probably 23 years with a license. And so many people in your family are in the profession. So
Correct.
picture you when you bring that up to them. The question, if I was older, would be like, how is that going to happen? You know, like, what? I'll definitely be interested. You know, my sister's been doing hair since the 80s, and they just so happen to be talking about that in the salon, and you know, Sefro brought that up to her, and she was like, "We're just talking about that in the salon. That you know we should." And you know, I don't know. You guys going to the IBS hair show?
I'm going to be at the IBS actually working the show this year.
Which main stage?
I don't know main stage, but it's a company called Protect, and I think if I could just briefly tell you what it is, they're calling it the hair Botox.
Oh,
So we brought it in to Victor's salon also, and they just changed. By the way, they just changed the name to it. It's called Protect.
Yeah, the protector, yeah.
Yeah, and there's supposed to be some celebrities that I'm actually doing the product on. So it
well,
should
I
be-
know.
Really? Wow.
You're probably going to Dante. You going because I'm most likely going to be up in there
I'm
promoting the show.
Yeah, man.
supporting RBS, and at the same time talking about the BBA to individuals when I meet them more on a one-on-one basis. You know.
Gonna have some surprises for IBS. And to be honest, IBS is the 1 year anniversary because I met Sefro. And I also met you at IBS.
Oh,
This
that's awesome.
If it wasn't for IBS, I would not be here. And also, if it wasn't for IBS and meeting Sefro and Eli, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now with pushing the BBA.
That's great.
Because being that coming from a corporate company, and with corporate America, I want y'all to realize, corporate America is all about the numbers.
Yeah.
Everything is numbers.
Well, that's what he's talking about with Aloxi, that everything's numbers, but they're switching that.
That's right.
The
We're
mocha.
calling them color personalities, baby.
Well, go ahead, continue.
So being there with numbers is that, you know, corporate America, just my battle with corporate America, and they don't, just like, it's obvious they don't respect this industry.
Right.
That was my battle with corporate America for 2+ years, is the battle. Because I understand, like, there's individuals that don't get this, that don't understand.
Correct.
Like, finance is, everybody should know, but not everybody want to know.
Correct.
So with that being said, now that wasn't for ScissorSalute, I'm able to find the right individuals that want to know.
Yep.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of us, man.
Yeah,
There's a lot of us.
and I just feel like that corporate America is missing out on something special. Y'all are the diamonds in the rough.
They're missing out, but at the same time they're not, because no matter how if they're bald or not, they still got to get their hair done. If they,
Exactly.
you know, they still got to get their hair done, short, long, or however it goes.
Because
now,
there's-
Victor, all these years you've been to the IBS, I mean, what are you? I'm gonna let you know what I'm waiting for to see. What are you waiting to see when you go there?
The IBS to me, besides, you know, for years has turned into a flea market, and my problem with the IBS is that they need to bring more talent into the room.
Wow,
That's my
listen,
first
hold
year,
up.
so.
I was just while Tommy, and I'm about to Bones. I'm sorry, Bones. You put it out there. This is public,
Right.
Bones, and you know I love you. He just put this out about an event. I'm not going to mention the event. I'm sorry, I can't. I wanted to, but you know what I'm gonna. Bronner Brothers in Atlanta.
Okay.
Big ass flea market. I saw more people selling fake Gucci and Versace than actual product.
That's
Hella
right.
unprofessional and hood AF.
Man.
Never going again. Lesson learned. LOL. LOL. Laughing emoji.
Yeah.
With
Right,
the tears
that's my
coming
point.
out.
Well, I could
He
tell
said, hold on, he said, got companies moving like culture vultures. Got barbers out here spending $200+ for some blank trimmers. Let's keep it real. Y'all, it's purely just hype that got y'all finessed. I can't be the only one who sees this mess. Now, he goes in with somebody that actually supported the event and said, you know, the event was good. And he said, you know, do you want to see my DM from all the people that agreed with him, might not want to make it public. Now, Bones, I had to say it because this is something else. This is more feedback. This comes from the IBS. You're not the only person who said that before.
Yeah.
Where, you know, but I feel like all events change. The reason why I'm liking the IBS, because unlike the previous years, I went to the IBS back in 2002. The size of the studio was the size of the Andis booth.
Yeah. Well, that's
The size
I
of the
agree with
studio in the front, it was the size of the Andis booth. Sitting on some folding chairs. You had Ivan Zoot up there with the, you know, bringing the energy, and another lady.
you. Yep.
That was pretty much it. And then a couple years later, you had Major League Barbers. They came through, and they had the competition going on. Now, last year I went there. Babyliss has like its own
Oh yeah.
corner. I mean, they must have dropped like 250 racks on their section. Then you got Andis up in there. You got Ostas. And matter of fact, Babyliss, when I first went, what was the name of that company before? Something Flex. Something Flex.
Babyliss? Really?
It's Con Air, but it was something Flex.
I can't remember.
Babyliss is Con Air, but oh my Lord, I can't. It had like a shield, and they had like European barbers up there. This is before they remarketed themselves as
Right,
Babyliss.
as
It was
Babyliss.
something Flex, and it was small. But now you go there, there's barbers everywhere,
Right.
and it's great to see barbers. Number one, working,
Right. No, absolutely.
and the IBS wasn't like that. It wasn't really like barber affiliated,
Or
you know.
barber friendly or
Barber friendly, exactly. Now
or-
it's a little bit more, but yes, I do see what you're saying with the flea market aspect. But I will say this, for what I've seen in the past couple years, is that people like buying buying stuff to bring back home.
Right.
Right.
Almost like souvenirs. Like, oh my
Right,
God,
exactly.
Jessica would like that. I know I go there and I gotta get something for my daughter and my son every year. So
Right.
You know what it is? People just need a reason why to spend money.
oh yeah.
That's what it is. IBS is pretty much, not taking nothing away from it. I love IBS from the networking and everything, to meeting different people people might come from California,
Oh, they come from
Atlanta,
They come from all over.
Idaho, wherever. But IBS just give people a reason to spend money.
But it's also a place where like you can get to see Rob the Original.
Yeah.
You can see Rob the Original at Babyliss booth, Al Uppercut, Hawk the Prodigy Barber,
You name
Van the Goat, Frank the Barber, and then you could go to Lay Right. Lay Right, you'll see Julius Caesar there. You also see from the Modern Male Barbershop in Pennsylvania. You go to Anna's booth, you see Kenny Duncan, you see Success
Yes.
Addict.
Yeah.
You also have Major League Barbers still doing their competition there.
Yeah.
So they're bringing in barbers from all over the place. And it's great to see the product lines. You have Jay Ramos coming out from Riverhead. He has his own
He's got
booth
his
there.
own stuff, yeah.
He got his own stuff.
That's what's-
You got a barber supply that actually brings out educators from everywhere, and that's where, you know, Jesse That Cut.
Yeah.
Jesse That Cut is cuts
Oh,
at one of the
that's right.
supply places. And last year, BarberCon came up. So BarberCon was piggybacking
Oh, right
off of the
after.
IBS. So after the IBS, you go to the BarberCon, and BarberCon is another thing where they had educators on stage.
Right.
They also do awards for barbers, and again, another place where you're running into barbers, which I consider out-of-state co-workers from all over
That's awesome.
the world, mainly the United States.
Right.
But I do see that aspect with it being a little watered down.
Yeah.
But it was great to actually see some of the hairstylists that been here on the show
Right.
that were
On
on the main
stage.
stage.
Right. Right.
On the main stage. I mean, they brought me heroes. I was starving. They're like, "You want something to eat?" I said, "Yes, I do." It was a big hero back there.
Just to kind of connect with what Vic was saying. See, when I always enjoyed barbering, but the IBS was, years ago, 10, 15 years ago, was the elite. You're talking about back then it was sexy hair. We had big stages. Big productions. We're talking about taking time, finding the right models. It wasn't as much of a flea market. We're not disregarding the barbers. Yeah, maybe there were definitely not a lot of barbers there. And I agree with you. There was and I believe that what happened, the barber community started getting so good and so big, we're buying all these tools from these companies. They're like, we need to be at the show. This is also what happens. They need to be at the show representing their brand and start getting some platform artists. That's what happened through the years. So now that IBS has more of that barbering community, that's freaking awesome. But we're losing the real, on the cosmetology end of the deal. We don't have the big stages like Vidal Sassoon. We have Nick Arrojo there. We have a couple of big things, but
well, they pretty much pretty much pulled out. I know I talked to Paul Mitchell, international educator, and I was already doing IBS. He's like, nah, don't want to do it. They asked me, I don't want to do it. My sister, she won last year, but it was something that she used to do all the time.
Right.
And she says she doesn't go as much, once in a while. And
what was the reason?
Once in a while. Same reason as yours. But I feel like this is the thing, and I say this in the barbershop, I say it on the show. It's a young person's world, and our profession is constantly going to be changing with new ideas. I talked to Michael Bernetti from Bernetti's Hair Salon in West Hampton. He said he comes from an age where you had to hire a professional photographer to come and take pictures of your work. You had to make a physical portfolio, and you'd have to mail it out.
Yeah.
And you used to have your physical portfolio.
Yeah. No,
this is the age now where if you have the right apps and you got a smartphone, you could do all the recording and mix down on your phone and have a visual bio now. Oh, yeah. Now, so instead of sending the physical thing, you're emailing it.
That's right.
You're emailing it.
That's what
so. And now, another thing he told me is you were trying to be published. That was the thing. You wanted to be a published hairstylist.
Correct.
And that's how you got money. And like, okay, I was published in this, and now these companies are going to come and get you. Now it's just like you're cutting the middleman out. You don't need that.
You have Instagram.
That's it. You have Instagram. Take A-Rod.
Yeah.
ScissorSalute to A-Rod reached 1 million followers last month. A barber reached 1 million followers.
Wow.
Now, he works with Elegance Gel.
Okay.
He works with Elegance Gel.
Yeah.
And they have a whole team of barbers. Do you think that they didn't go through that? They didn't go through what you had to do back in the 80s. So the older generation of hair needs to realize that this younger generation is coming through, and they're coming through with some heat. They're coming through with some heat. Like I'm following some barbers that are 19 years old, and I'm sitting there going, oh man, you're gonna take my job, man. And it's just
talent.
It's the talent, the natural gift. And another thing that I've noticed with hair from the 80s, again, a lot of people from the 80s or 90s that grew up, that they could grab a pen and paper and draw you something lovely. I mean, draw you something like nice, like you might want to frame it and put it in your house. And now they're able to express their art through this hair.
Right.
It's just crazy. You got to see some of the portraits that these barbers do.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
I mean, Rob the Original does the Last Supper. I mean, he got everybody
out of clothes
on
somebody's head.
On somebody's head. Would do the Last Supper.
I need
on
that.
Somebody's head, Rob the Original.
Rob the Original. I want that on my head.
I mean, you got
calling you out.
You got Marcus PH. Marcus PH did Martin Luther King.
That's
I mean, other people have done it, but his was just like, whoa.
It's like tattoo work, man.
Yes.
It's like, you could go to one guy who does like a perfect tattoo.
Zafro.
Oh, that's Robertina. She's our girl from the national
you can't pick
team.
it up and connect it? Can you join it?
We got Robertina calling
All
in.
right, Robertina, we're gonna okay. Oh, we missed it, Robertina.
missed it.
Try calling back. I don't know if you're watching the show. Try calling back.
Let me text her.
We're gonna
right
try
now.
to merge. I know again we're at Paradise Studio right now, so I know with the other one we used to be able to merge once in a while. Once again, you're watching the ScissorSalute Show. This is a live program for barbers, hairstylists, and makeup artists. If you would like to showcase on the show, be interviewed, and share your story with us, you can email us scissorsalute@yahoo.com. Please leave all your contact information, and we'll get back to you in the order that the email is received. If you're watching the program right now and you'd like to show some support, press the share button. It's right here. See, I'm used to going here. Right here, underneath my finger, there's the share button. Share the program, put it on your timeline, and then share it in all the groups that you see on Facebook. And once again, this month's sponsor is The Cut. The Cut is a mobile platform re-imaging the barbershop experience. Their easy-to-use app connects talented barbers with clients who need them. They handle scheduling, payments, and branding too. More than 10,000 barbers around the country trust them to manage and grow their business. Download the free app today.
Nice.
So, Victor, we gonna see you?
Yeah.
Are we gonna see you at the IBS this year, though? Are you gonna go?
You know, if you guys go, I'll go with you. Yeah.
I'm about to say because the Atias flea market was great, and they shut it down.
I don't want to see you at the flea market.
They got shut down. They remember the Tri-County flea market?
Yeah,
that was
man.
great too, man.
That was
Tea
great.
County was
The
good.
Comac flea market.
Yes, I used to get the Bruce Lee shoes from there. Remember the Bruce Lee karate shoes?
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah, dude. All right, so we're gonna try answering this and merging. Can we?
Here she comes. I
Victor,
think-
you still there too? I don't know. You're off the screen. Hello, you're live on air with the ScissorSalute Show.
Hello, how are you guys?
What's up,
How you doing?
Robertina?
You got a lot of energy going on right there. This is a lot of energy.
It's because I'm kind of on vacation.
Well, do you have a tropical drink in your hand? Do you have like a...
No, I'm driving, damn it. Oh, sorry.
okay.
I probably did that.
Okay, I got that. Also, Tommy was talking about you, an Aloxi
Yeah,
partner?
she is. Where are you right now, Robertina?
I'm in Seattle.
And can you tell us what you're going to be doing in Seattle?
Actually here for Blitz Week. So Aloxi is launching with salon services. And we're here kind of promoting the brand and just telling people how unbelievably awesome we are.
That's right.
I like that. Unbelievably awesome we are. So he was talking about the team. Did you feel the same vibe when you met the rest of the team, the Aloxi team?
I think I'm losing you guys. Hang on one second.
Are you there?
Okay,
Can
there?
you hear me now? Can you
Yes.
hear me now? Okay. So Tommy was talking about the feeling that he felt when he met everybody on the Aloxi team. Was it this mutual type of feeling?
I don't know if he told you how unbelievably amazing our team is, but it's true.
Yeah.
All right. He was just saying that, and I was just wondering. So I mean, now you're in Seattle. Is that where you're from? Are you from the West Coast, or they got you out there?
So I'm actually in Salt Lake City. I'm in Seattle and surrounding areas until Thursday this week. But yeah, I'm based out of Utah.
Based out of Utah. Huh? Okay. Now you're traveling. Now, is this something that you've always wanted to do? Travel and do hair?
You know what's funny? I've been doing hair for a very long time, and I always thought, like, oh, it'd be so cool to have a job where I could travel. And I never, ever thought it would be doing hair. I never thought I'd be able to travel doing hair.
I know.
And I am
It's
so
unbelievable.
fortunate and so lucky that I'm able to do it, and that I'm able to do it with such an awesome company.
Yeah. See that?
Well, it's great to hear
Is it?
that, that you guys, not only do you love what you do, you're with the company that you love, and obviously, if you love the company, it means the company's standing behind you.
100%.
Is there a date that you guys are all going to be in one place doing hair?
That's normally, we do it in January like we just did, right, Robertina? And then we have one coming up, right? In the mid-June, July, maybe?
I lost you. We had one in January and what?
When we do our update class, our training. It's usually in January, and then there's another one, I think, in July, possibly.
I think sometime this summer. I don't know
Yeah.
exactly what day, but yeah, I think you're right.
And that's when we get together and go over our creative educators, Leonardo Rocco, and a couple of other artists that teach us these new techniques for the upcoming year, and we all try to gather together and learn these specific techniques.
You can't merge that. You can't, merging. Victor, we trying to merge and we can't merge. I don't know if you want to text him real quick. Say,
I will. Okay. Robertina, you still there, honey?
I'm still here. I'm still here.
Awesome.
Now,
Go ahead.
yeah, because it's a live program. We got what is it? Victor's trying to call back.
Yeah, Victor's trying to call back, but get a little more about Robertina. She's very, very high energy.
Well, I heard
talented.
that when she said hello. Now, Robertina, what do you specialize in when it comes to hair?
I'm gonna have to say color for sure. Color and styling. I mean, those are my two absolute favorite things to do in the salon.
Now, is it color correction, vivids, fantasy? With the unicorn tribe, mermaid?
I love a good color correction. I love a good challenge. Some hairdressers hate when their clients come in with, oh, I saw this on Pinterest, but I love it. I crave it. I think it is so much fun to challenge yourself and to achieve things that you didn't think you'd be able to achieve.
Definitely. Now, when are you going to be coming out to New York? Is New York in the future plans for you?
I am always down to come to New York.
Well, you're going to have to come down here to the studio and showcase bring some of that energy onto the ScissorSalute stage.
Oh, in a heartbeat. Next time I'm in New York, I will be there.
All right.
Man.
Well, listen, thank you so much for calling into the show. But before we let you go, please let everybody know how they can get in contact with you and all your social media information that you'd like to share with us. Please do so now. The stage is yours.
You can find me on Instagram. I'm at Hair by Robertina. I'm also on Facebook, Robertina at Amari Salon and Spa. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm pretty active on Instagram. You can kind of see what I'm doing in the salon. My Instagram story today is about my trip to Seattle. So yeah, come check me out.
Oh, and also tell them about, your Instagram and what you're trying to do with Behind the Chair.
Yeah, so right now Behind the Chair is doing their big one-shot award, and basically I'm going to be all over Instagram smashing that contest out of the water. So
There we go. Smashing it out the water. Thank you so much for calling in.
Love you,
we
girl.
wish you the best of luck.
ScissorSalute.
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 Okay.
Love you.
So, LA, I don't know if you want to pick that up there. Victor, you there? Victor, say something. Oh, man. Well, Victor, man, we kept it going. Can we bring in the cut? Can we bring in the cut app? We're going to take it back to the stage. Can we bring in that video? The opener. Sorry, it's just live show, man.
Live.
Work with us.
Hey, my name is Obi, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of The Cut. We're a mobile app modernizing the barbershop experience. Under 2 years, we've grown to over 100,000 users, and over 9,000 barbers are using our app to grow their business every day. As long as we still have hair on our head, the art of barbering isn't going anywhere. At The Cut, we're modernizing the men's style and grooming experience, making it easier to look and feel confident. We hope you guys share our vision today and help us cut the next generation.
Well, okay, we're live on stage. Okay, so the Cut app. The Cut is a mobile platform re-imaging the barbershop experience. Their easy-to-use app connects talented barbers with their clients who need them. They handle scheduling, payments, and branding too. More than 10,000 barbers around the country trust them to manage and grow their business. So download the free app today. Just bring us through. Let's do a recap of what you do with the Joan Jet, because some of the people just tuning into the show might not have seen you
Cool.
shredding the hair.
No problem, man. So we took a number 2N for all you technical color people out there, a Loxy 10-minute permanent hair color, and went through, prior to this color, she was blonde. So we put this on for 10 minutes, rinsed it out, color locked it. It's one of our processes that we use to color lock to lock the color in. And then we brought her in with, we did a little razor cut, did face frame. We were going for like a Joan Jett retro 80s kind of vibe. And I think we got this with Sam over here. We did a short fringe, all razor cut, hair brought forward to the guideline, and a little carve out in the back, as you can see. And we got Joan Jett. There we go, man.
And the other model,
The other model, I was showing Sam Labella from the artistic team at Aloxy, a little crescent peekaboo color. Can we see that? So you can basically hide it or not. All right, and that can be done with any creative color, galaxy color, any fun stuff like that through Aloxy.
Definitely. And we also have Dante, financial creator of the BBA. Do you like to just give a little rundown on the BBA, just cover the little fundamentals for the people that are tuning in right now?
Fundamentals of the BBA, let's just start with the qualifications. You need your license. If you don't have your license, you have 2 years to obtain your license. If you don't obtain your license within 2 years of you enrolling, I'm sorry, but you got to go. You have 2 years. What is your excuse not to get your license? Because with the educators, the way it's going to be operated is you could download the training. So even if you're at the shop and you can't get to a class, at least by downloading the training, hear it on your phone or watch it while you're on break, you can start studying. Depending if whether it's color coordinate, doing color, or if you're trying to get some pointers from trying to get your license. We're gonna have certain educators that's gonna help give you pointers so you get your license. And also, you don't have to pay taxes, but you at least have to claim. Is key, because in order to get any type of life insurance or any type of pre-tax retirement vehicles, we have to be on the books.
That's right.
Because a lot of people don't know that if you don't file no taxes for 8 years, or at least 8 years, you no longer consider a member of society.
You don't exist.
You don't.
Don't exist.
Who are you?
Because they don't know, because you don't have a social. You
right.
haven't claimed, and you don't have nothing on file. You just taking up space in there.
Again, thank you. That's Dante Financial. We also like the ScissorSalute Victor Stabile, who called in. He was Skyping the whole time until we got the call from Robertina.
Robertina, yeah.
Robertina. And again, that is Aloxy hair products right there. That's Aloxy color. So make sure you follow them on Instagram. Hold up, time out. Give me a chance.
Tommy Cole Hair, IG, Victor Stabile, IG.
I'm looking for it right now.
Dante_financial, and also please sign the petition.
I'm
We
over
need
here.
that.
I'm over here. Yeah, definitely go to Dante Financial or Sefro on Instagram,
Yes.
SEFIROH, or ScissorSalute Show. Make sure you sign that petition. And the Aloxy handle, IG handle is Aloxy Hair. That is ALOXXI Hair. And make sure if you're watching the program, you give us a thumbs up, both on the ScissorSalute Show page and on Strong Island TV. Follow us on Instagram at ScissorSalute Show. Check out the stories. And if you're watching this program right now and you're like, yo, you know what? I like what they're doing, and you'd like to show some support, press the share button. Share the program. Share the program on groups. And also you can press the button again and share it and invite, send invitations to other people to watch it as well.
Invites.
We'd like to ScissorSalute everybody who tuned into the show. Definitely like to ScissorSalute my family. We'd like to ScissorSalute Yvette. Couldn't make it tonight.
Yes.
All the previous guests that were on here last week. And again, the BBA, it is time for this profession to actually become serious. Well, we've been serious about it, but for those in the profession that are serious, I think the BBA is the next step for you. Retirement, security, benefits, we deserve it. Help us help you. So ScissorSalute to that.
I like
and
that.
again, we'd also like to ScissorSalute the Cut, our sponsor for the month, and ScissorSalute Paradise Studios and everybody who's been watching. From us right here, live and direct from Long Island, New York. We'd like to sing you a ScissorSalute. And if you like house music, stay tuned on StrongIsland.tv. My house show is coming up next. StrongIsland.tv, the quickest growing TV channel on Facebook. ScissorSalute to that.
Salute.
ScissorSalute. Pleasure meeting you, man.